Maurice at 2 to the Jets. It'll be interesting to see if it plays out that way on Thursday. What's the sense you've gotten from those that you've talked to about the uncertainty of where they're going, maybe linked to 3 or 4 teams, the possibility of trades? What's that been like, Aditi?
Well, and this is exactly what I was saying to you, is that this top 10 is so interesting because if you look at mock drafts across all of the sites, you're going to see different players going to different teams based on whatever site it is that you open up. Now, here's what's interesting. I'm hearing a lot of chatter about 2 teams that want to move up. That's the Chiefs and the Cowboys. I'm also hearing a lot of chatter about teams that are willing to move down. Keep your eye on the Cardinals, keep your eye on the Browns. There can be a lot of difference here on where somebody goes based on who is doing the picking. So if the Cardinals are picking at 3, you can guess one player, but if that's suddenly the Cowboys, you're guessing something completely different. And the players themselves, they're feeling that way too. Sonny Styles, he said he had absolutely no idea where he was going. Jeremiah Love, he said he had no idea where he was going. The only player that seemed to think he knew where he was going is Jordan Tyson. He wouldn't tell me where that is that he's going. He said I can ask him tomorrow, but he's the only player who seemed to have any sort of sense where he is.
Tyson's stock has been rising constantly in these weeks leading up to the draft here, and those potential domino combinations, Aditi, that's just more math than I'm ready to go right now. So we did see the graphic there of the top 10. The Giants have a couple of picks. They can try to improve their team in a multitude of ways. What are you hearing in terms of the latest with the G-Man?
And I love that you just brought up Jordan Tyson because I could really see him going to the Giants with their second pick. But I'll tell you, about half an hour ago, I talked to a general manager who said, I don't know that he's still there with that second pick for the Giants. So now, okay, let's start with that first one. Caleb Downs could be a really, really good pick for the Giants at 5. Now, of course, we like to say, is that high for a safety? But this is truly a draft where teams are not necessarily looking at positional value, traditional positional value. This is about who is the best fit, who is a difference maker. That certainly is Caleb Downs. And when you think about the Giants, let's not forget, John Harbaugh just came from a team that throws out traditional positional value better than anyone, more than anyone. Kyle Hamilton, a safety, who of course is not necessarily a comparison to Caleb Downs, but a game-changing safety, is somebody that the Ravens paid last season. That's because he made their defense go. In Caleb Downs, you've got a guy that can play all over the field, someone who is brilliant, someone who has not only a father who's a former NFL player, but an older brother who is currently playing in the NFL. Those are great bloodlines. That's great training for what it means to be a professional. He's one of those guys I was talking about earlier who will be a future captain. Now, as for Tyson, his older brother plays for the Cavaliers. He will be playing tomorrow night in the playoffs, of course. He said that there is a setup in place where the head of security is going to let his brother know where little brother is being drafted. I said, do you expect that that's going to be in the first half of the game? He said, I sure hope so. It's in the first half. And we are seeing Tyson mocked to the Giants a lot. The Giants are a team that need help in a lot of areas. So if Jordan Tyson falls to 10, I think we could see that. Caleb Downs, Jordan Tyson, I think John Harbaugh would be very happy.
That is some great insight into potentially what we could see, especially with Tyson and his situation surrounding his family. Aditi, thanks for hopping on HQ Spotlight, giving us some good nuggets. A Chamber of Commerce day out in Pittsburgh there the day before the draft.
Absolutely.